What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Liftoff. This is going to be a weekly podcast where I talk about general topics that I think that are pretty interesting that you guys might need to know. So I hope you enjoy the show. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Liftoff. This is episode 5. I'm your host, Thomas Lennon, and thank you for tuning in. In today's episode, I just want to talk about how I am very grateful with the things that just happened in my life this past couple weeks. So the first one is on Friday, I just got promoted to a new position in my job that I just started 6 months ago, which is amazing, and I'm really excited to take this new promotion on and just ready to knock it out of the park. And another one is I'm really grateful for my wife and kids and my parents and my sisters and my in-laws and my brother-in-law and his family. That I have great support with my diabetes, or if they can help me out on anything else, they're more than welcome to dive right in to help me out. So I'm really grateful for that, and I'm grateful that I have healthy kids and I no signs of diabetes yet. Hopefully they don't get it, but I'm really grateful. And I can't believe my son is turning 5 in May, and my wife and I just celebrated our 10-year Valentine's Day anniversary, if you could say, if it's an anniversary. So, which is crazy, because before I met my wife, I just really didn't think I would ever get married, or let alone hold down a stable relationship the way my life was going and everything. But I'm really grateful for my family. And the last one is, I am super grateful to have diabetic neighbors. It's a little interesting. So Leon, the person that I interviewed a couple podcasts ago, he actually lives 2 houses down the street from me, and I was talking to him in the cul-de-sac, just shoot the breeze, so everything's going, and I was just telling him about how my deductible's so high that the cost of insulin that I'm trying to get is roughly about $1,300 for about 3 boxes, which I can't afford that, and I don't believe anybody else could afford it either. So I was trying to find different ways to find cheaper options for insulin. And he said to me, listen, I have a Humalog pen that I don't use, and you're more than welcome to use it if you want. And I really didn't want to do it in the beginning, but I only had about 30 units left, and I was kind of getting a little nervous. So I accepted it because he said he wasn't even using it, and so been using it the whole week, and I'm super grateful for all this. And then also, I have another neighbor. Well, he's not really a neighbor. He lives like right down the street from me. He's another diabetic, and he was talking to us in the cul-de-sac too when he was around the same time, and he said he had 2 vials of Humalog that he's never used before, and he doesn't use it, so he said they were just sitting there in the refrigerator, just not collecting dust, but just staying there. And so he said, you can have those too if you really need it. And I mean, if he wasn't using them, I'd be, I said I'd take him, which I have been using them now. So I'm really grateful for those 2 guys in my life that actually were able to help me out with, getting insulin so I could survive. And also, I just found out that we hit our deductible because my wife has 2 medicines that were like really expensive, and we hit our deductible within 2 months, which is another reason why I'm grateful, because I know a lot of people don't have that situation happen to them, so they pay through the roof for their insulin. But if anyone in this podcast has any extra insulin, please DM me, and I'm going to put you guys in my story so someone that follows me can connect, or knows somebody that can connect to you, and so you guys can figure out a way to ship your medicines over, or just like help out. So once again, on Instagram, you can hit me up on Type 1 Lifting and just shoot me a message, and I'll put your name out there in my stories to see if anybody wants to reach out. So that's the reasons why I'm grateful for this week. So, okay, so now we're going to go to our listener questions. So, Justin Carter 97 on Instagram asked, lifting with elevated blood sugars, is it a good thing to do? I highly recommend you not lift with high blood sugars because, like I said before in a couple of podcasts ago, when you're lifting weights, your hormones are turning into the fight or flight mode, and so which causes sometimes your blood sugar to actually elevate and spike up. And so I highly recommend you don't do that because that can lead to DKA or a whole bunch of other issues that it just is not good. For me personally, the typical range that I like to work out in is roughly around the 200 range because I feel like if I'm any lower than that, if I'm working out, doing the high intensity / doing CrossFit workouts, I feel like I'm more susceptible to crash compared to being in the 200 range, which I really haven't had any issues in that range while working out. So just test everything out with you. If 200 seems good to you, that's fine. I've heard people do 280, which is, I'm not a big fan of that, but I mean, that's how they work. That's how their body works. But just see what range that you can get to, so you can manage, so you won't get those high blood spikes while you're working out. So, all right. So we have another one. Brigot.push.fan page. She says, what is your perfect day? So I have two of them, so we'll do the first one with no kids and the second one with kids. So the first one, I actually had it with my wife this summer. We went to Panama City Beach. We stayed in a hotel room and for the weekend, and what we did was woke up, we had breakfast. There was a CrossFit gym down the street, which I did a little research, and it was a really, really cool gym. They had like an open Saturday gym workout, so I hopped in on that, and I worked out for about an hour, and went back, took a shower, went back out on the beach, read a book, and just hung out. So that's my perfect day. Oh, also, and had perfect blood sugars as well. So that would be my perfect day without kids. I just want to relax and I love reading. So reading books, I wish I could read more, but I just don't have the time. But yeah, I love reading books. Also with the kids, I like going to the beach with them and have them play in the sand. Granted, Sydney was like 13 months when we went, and she was eating sand, so I just got to be on the lookout for that. But being with the kids on the beach, just picking up shells, hanging out, going to the pool, and just having a great time and relaxing time too. So that's another good one that I had. So so the next one is from G Kang Fitness. He asked, what are my biggest goals for 2020? So I actually broke it down to about three or four brackets. The first one is fitness. My goal always has been to get into the top 15 in the state of Georgia for the CrossFit Open for my age bracket. So I'm in the 40 to 45 range, and I want to get in like the top 15 in there. I had my chance last year in the first Open, but there's a couple of gymnastic movements that kind of screwed me over, and I don't really have an area to practice them, so that's why I got burnt on that. But which is fine, you always got to find other ways to do it. And also lifting wise, I would love to clean and jerk 315 and snatch about 240. So those are my fitness goals. For my career, I would love to get for this podcast about 1,000 downloads in a year. And also, I mean, it's not I know it might be a little difficult, but if I can get to 1,000, I'll be happy. And if there's more, I'm even happier, which is fine by me. And with the Type 1 Lifting Shirt Company, I want to get to $2,000 in donations. I'm at $1,000 right now. If I can get another $1,000 for this year, it would be amazing. I actually have a summer line coming out pretty soon. I'm just working on the images and the colors and pretty much everything in designs and what's going to go and what's not. So, and then also for my new position that I have, I'm working on the sales team for my company. I want to be the best sales rep for this company. I think I can do it. I actually know I can do it. It's just putting in the hard work, learning from the best, and just keep on grinding. So those are my career goals. And for the house and everything, I would like to finish my basement. I want to actually do one wall set up so I could do YouTube videos and just show people how to do the right form and just talk about diabetes and lifting and the shirt company, pretty much anything and everything. And for health wise, I would love to get my A1C down to 5.5. I've had a little bit of a setback, which I'm at 8.3 right now, which I'm not proud of, but I've been waking up with like really, really high blood sugars, and I've been adding more and more Levemir just to get it down. So now I'm at about 24 units of Levemir at night, so I actually wake up with a normal blood sugar, which I'm really thankful for. And I just been cutting down on the sweets, not been eating junk food, and just being more diligent on eating dinner too as well. I usually don't like eating anything after like 7:30, so because I usually go to bed at like 10 o'clock, so I usually have time to check my blood sugar and then dose properly and then go to bed and wake up to go work out. So the next listener question is lax_coach_LANGE. What should a parent of a young athlete know about T1D and sports? So T1D is type 1 diabetes. So actually I'd never been a diabetic when I was a kid, so I really am trying to see what other kids have done when I was working at the hospital. So a lot of the kids, what they do is they usually just check their blood sugars before and after a game or a practice, just to make sure their levels are good so they can practice, or they won't go into DKA after practice. And by now they should know when they're feeling low and let them know it's okay to sit and eat something so their blood sugar can spike up. So the coaches understand, and they should know. Well, actually, the coaches, if they don't know, they should understand what a type 1 diabetic has to deal with through playing games or practice when they get low, what they need to do so they don't pass out or anything like that. And make sure the third part is make sure the child actually gets a proper nutritional meal before the game, so they maybe can get their blood sugar a little bit elevated, not too much, like maybe in the 200 range, just depending on the kid, or 130, whatever your child can actually manage. And also, the last thing is make sure you keep supplies like food, apple juice, anything on hand. So if your child gets low, make sure you have something for him so he doesn't bottom out and have a seizure or whatnot. So a lot of people use orange juice, apple juice, like crackers. Just hold those in your person. So if your child knows they're feeling low, just give it to them and go from there. A lot of the parents actually have their kids on a CGM, continuous glucometer meter. Continuous glucose meter. So they really don't have to prick their fingers, and all they just do is look on their phone, and they can notice if the kid's getting low or high or whatnot. So this day and age is getting a heck of a lot easier for parents in type 1 diabetics, which is amazing. So that's it for the listener questions. Thank you guys very much for the listener questions. And now I'm going to do an unpaid product review. So the first one that I'm doing, I am a big fan of this company. These are the Tesla compression shorts. Yes, Tesla's like spelled like Tesla, the car. It's Tesla. I've actually found these on Amazon, and they're running about $13 to $16, I believe. I'm going to put a link in the show notes so you guys can check it out. The cool thing I like about these is the elastic band around the waist is very comfortable. Even the stitching, I thought the stitching, they do a lot of crossovers around the leg, and there's a lot of stitching everywhere. So I thought I wasn't going to be a real big fan of these compression shorts, but I strictly wear these compression shorts. Super comfortable, squatting, doing any lift. I don't feel anything with the riding up on the leg, nothing. It just stays in place, which is amazing. And they're super comfortable. And they come in like 30 different colors, or like camouflage, black camouflage, white camouflage, gray, blue, red, and they have all different types of colors. So if you guys are looking for compression shorts, I definitely recommend you guys trying the Tesla compression shorts. They also have pants, shirts, and also 3/4 length leg compressions. I just stick with the shorts. I'm not really a big fan of the 3/4 leg compressions, because when I put my knee sleeves on, I don't want them to ride up on my knee and feel uncomfortable. So that's why I stick with the shorts, and that's it. So thank you guys for tuning in to the Liftoff. If you do have any questions with me to ask me, please hit me up on Instagram at type1lifting.com. You can also, I sell shirts that the proceeds of the shirts go to the Children's Diabetes Foundation. You can check that out at www.type1lifting.com. And I'm also on Twitter, but I'm more on Instagram. So if you have any questions, please feel free just to give me a shout out and go from there. All right. So I hope your Monday is great, and I hope the rest of the week is awesome for you. And I will see you on next Monday. Have a good one.